2 from Danberg. That one is grounded over to Lindekugel. He'll step on the bag at third. The throw to first. It is in time, and that is the ball game. Roll 8s on a 5-3.
It's time for Post 8 Playoff Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Here, Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Wagner Auto, Kruger Contracting, May Adams, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Cone Egg, and Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union.
Benson swinging away, ground ball on the left side, right by the bag. It's a fair ball. It'll go all the way out to the corner. Bridger Babcock will round third. He will come in to score. Edson round second. He's on his way to third. He's got himself a RBI triple, and the A's will take a 4-3
Here, Post 8
lead.
Baseball is also brought to you by Overhead Door, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Todd's Electric, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Shane's Pharmacy, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
This will be popped up, first base side, long run for Alec Eilers, foul territory. Stosier gets over, and he makes an incredible diving catch to finish out the
Post 8
inning.
Baseball is also brought to you by Pierre Closets, Ferding Electric, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Zander Auto Parts, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Comtech, Kruger Climate Control, Envirotech, DJ's Cenex, Hunsley Auto Body, and Bank West.
2-0 pitch, shuffled by with a high fly ball to left field. That one is going to get out for a leadoff bomb. Carter Shuffleby goes deep in his first at-bat.
And by CHS River Plains, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Consumer Protection Division, AirTech Heating and Cooling, and First Dakota National Bank.
1-1 pitch. That is lined out towards center field. Coming in, Hunsley dive and roll 8s to the state tournament. An exclamation point.
And now to the booth for the call of the game with award-winning KCCR Sports Director John Winkler.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you to Hyde Stadium as we get set for first pitch between Post 8 and Watertown Post 17, the first playoff game of 2026. The only game that will take place until 5 o'clock this evening, and we're already an hour behind schedule. It's going to be an hour and a half behind schedule. The rain came in. We had about 12 hundredths of rain, 15 hundredths of rain over the course of the morning till about 7:30 this morning, and then it kept raining. And what looked like it was going to be a perfect amount of rain to play some baseball at noon, we got a little bit more than we thought, which, again, it's hard to complain about some rain that we desperately need all the way around. It just hurts trying to play baseball today, but we are still going to get these games in, so it is still a good day for some baseball. The field's going to be a little bit softer than normal, but it's going to be the same playing surface for both teams, and it will certainly be one that the both teams want to make sure that they take advantage of potentially some small ball that could put you on base. It's going to be a little bit harder to get that footing around the infield and in the outfield as well. Everything needs to be on point so when you're trying to go after a baseball. Every first step needs to be the right one because it could be between slipping and falling or going to get it out. The playing surfaces are not going to be, they're not implayable by any means. They are going to be very good. There's a lot of city workers out here this afternoon working on it from late this morning all the way to the early afternoon to make sure we can play baseball. And the field does look like it's in great shape, but it is going to be a little bit softer than what we've seen. And we haven't had too many days of rain where we've been, this will be the first time that we've been backed up at all for the start of a game other than a rain out and it was too cold to play in Harrisburg all the way back in the spring season. We had a rain day, rainy games against Spearfish during the high school season, but throughout this high school and summer season, we've been very fortunate to play just about everything on time from start to finish, but today we had to wait a little bit longer. But that just means you got to wait a little bit longer for the playoffs, and that's okay. But because we're the first ones still to get going over the course of the 7 series that will take place, and we'll play again tomorrow at noon. A lot of other games will start in the afternoon as well. But this will be for Post 8 and Watertown. These two teams met just a couple of weeks ago. Back on Monday, July 6th, it was the 8s winning 4-3 and 4-1 in that doubleheader. This is the same pitching matchup, by the way, that the Eights won 4-3. Carter Templeton will see Jackson McClemens on the mound. We'll talk about their stats in those games and their stats in total coming up here in just a little bit. But both these teams, you're going to see their best lineups, their best pitchers. Everybody wants to be at their best this time of the year. These 2 days, you have to play your best to get to the state tournament and have to win 2 of 3 to get to the state tournament. And Watertown and Post State have met in the playoffs for the last couple of years. 2 years ago, Watertown knocked off Pierre in Watertown to get to the state tournament. Last year, Pierre and Watertown met in the state tournament in the first game, and Watertown got a 1-run win. Now those 2 games here in Pierre, the curse was broken at Watertown Stadium with a couple of wins back on July 6th. Let's see if the Eights can get a couple wins here now against this Watertown Post 17 squad to try and get to the state tournament. But the first game of the best of 3 coming up here in just a little bit. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back. We'll make sure we'll try and hear the code on time and hear the code that will be read before we get to first pitch between Pierre and Watertown Post 17. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From puff trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back, they're trying to get the mic to work down there. As they're reciting the code down at the field right now, as we will look at our starting lineups for both these teams. Actually, we're going to pause here for just a second for the playing of the national anthem and the singing of the national anthem as well once they're done with the code that is being recited down at home plate. And, of course, Post 8 and Watertown Post 17 getting set for this best-of-3 series, and it is a big one. These two teams both feel like they have an opportunity to be playing in the state tournament, whether Watertown's at home, Pierre being at home, Watertown on the road, but Pierre being at home, as we pause for the singing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That was our Mayor Todd Johnson. Now for the singing of our national anthem. Today will be sung by Allie Goodman.
So as there the national anthem, and we're just about set for first pitch as we look at both these lineups here today, as it will be for Watertown Post 17, the visitors on the scoreboard. It is Cole Hansen, the left fielder, lead things off, followed by Kane Everson, the second baseman, batting second. Carter Bisker, the shortstop, will bat third. Marcus Pitkin, the center fielder, batting fourth. Sam Olson, the DH, will bat fifth. Jonathan Lake, the catcher, batting sixth. Batting seventh and playing third is Kai Paulson. Ashton Rabine, the first baseman, batting eighth, and Jackson Fallick, the right fielder, will bat ninth for Watertown Post 17. Jackson McClemens is on the mound for Post 17. For Pierre Post 8, look at that starting lineup. It is Carter Shufflebine, the shortstop, leading off, followed by the second baseman, Hudson Stosher. Then is Sutton Sonnenschein, the catcher, batting third. It'll be then Tripp Lindekugel hitting cleanup, the third baseman. Will Eilers, the right fielder, batting fifth. Jackson Goodman batting sixth. He's the DH here in Game 1. Bridger Babcock, the first baseman, is batting seventh. Will Danberg bats eighth. He's the left fielder. And Porter Hunsley rounds out the lineup, the center fielder for the Eights, with Carter Templeton on the mound for Pierre Post 8. And these two guys, Templeton and McClemens, they were the starting pitchers in Game 1 of that 4-3 win for Post 8 before the Eights end up winning 4-1 in Game number 2. But Templeton went 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, only one of them earned on 3 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. McClemens, on the other side, gave up 4 hits in 7 innings, 4 runs, only one of those were earned, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts, as Watertown allowed 4 unearned runs of the 8 that scored in the doubleheader overall. The Eights allowed 2 unearned runs in the 4 runs that they gave up, so both teams giving up 50% of the runs unearned in those 2 games. But for Templeton on the season, he has thrown 47 innings so far, which is tops on the team. 9 starts, he's a 5-2 record, 37 hits, 26 runs, but only 15 of those 26 have been earned. So the walk to strikeouts is 29-40, 40 strikeouts to 29 walks, ERA at 2.23, a whip at 1.40, and a batting average against that 215. So he does not allow a lot of guys on base. If he keeps the walks down, and that's the main, that's always one of those main things for every team is, well, you can't walk guys, you can't give up errors. If you do both of those things and don't do both of those things, you're going to be in a good spot. If you start walking guys, putting guys on base without them earning their way on, that's where you get into a lot of trouble. And for Post State and Carter Templeton, again, he's given up only 15 earned runs. 11 have come unearned against him so far on the season. So that is a look at those two starting lineups and those two starting pitchers. Before we get to the start, let's look at those games today that will be taking place coming up at 5 o'clock. Sioux Falls West and Huron. That's the 2:15 matchup. They will actually play two games today, 5 and then 7:30 around there. Their if necessary game will be the only game tomorrow. Brookings and Sioux Falls East will play at 6 o'clock. Yankton and Aberdeen at 7. Sioux Falls West and Huron again at 7. 7:30 is Brandon Valley Spearfish. 7:30 Rapid City Post 320 against Mitchell. That's at 7:30 Central Time. And then Harrisburg and Renner, the 8-9 matchup, is also at 7:30 here tonight. So there's a look at your 7 matchups across the states as Cole Hansen, the left fielder, will dig in to lead us off for our best of 3 series. The first pitch is on its way, and it's high for ball 1. As it is first pitch at 1:24 this afternoon, 6 minutes ahead of the new scheduled start time. As Templeton, here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will get over for a strike to make it a 1-1 count. And for Cole Hansen, in the 2 games that they played against Post State, he went 0 for 7 combined. Struck out twice going 0 for 7 as the 1-1 is on the outside edge, and the count's now 1-2. He's coming in hitting .298 all the way through the course of the spring and summer season. 50 hits, 6 of those have been for doubles, and he has driven in 30 runs. Not a guy that hits a lot of extra base hits, but he has stolen a lot of bases, 22 steals for Cole Hansen on the season. So he's a leadoff guy, and he's a prototypical leadoff guy. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and Carter Templeton will start with a strikeout. 1 down here at the top of the first as we look at the Pierre defense around the horn defensively. It is Will Danberg in left, Porter Hunsley in center, and Will Eilers in right. Trip Linda Kugel at third, Carter Schuffelbein at short, Hudson Stosher at second, Bridger Babcock at first, Sutton Sonnenschein behind the plate, and Carter Templeton will go for the windup to deliver the first pitch to Kane Everson. That'll come high and inside for ball 1. First two batters he's seen have gone 1-0 counts. He's around 60% first pitch strike percentage for Templeton, which again, being above probably 55% a start of a good mark because you get ahead of more hitters than not, which again leads you to having a better opportunity to get guys out as it counts 1-1. 1-1 here from Templeton. That'll come high and inside. It'll get to the backstop, and the count's now 2-1. It's a much different feel. Much different feel here today. 68 degrees at Hyde Stadium. Cloudy skies, feeling like 64 degrees. I think the last time it was 64 during the day was somewhere probably early June at the latest. The count's now 2-2. Winds are out of the northwest at 8 to make that the southeast at 8 miles an hour. We get that chance of rain for tomorrow as well. 2-2 pitch will bounce in. The count's now 3-2. Hoping that maybe that can stay away from us until after the games are done. Because it is nice to get some more rain, but we like to play the baseball games if we can choose when the rain is going to come, because we've been begging for rain for a while. Let's choose as well and have it later on after the games are done. 3-2 pitch will miss low for ball 4, and Everson will draw the 1-out walk, and that's the first base runner now. And it brings up Carter Bisker, the shortstop. Everson had got 4 hits against Post State. Bisker went overall 2 for 6 with an RBI. No doubles or triples or extra base hits for Watertown against Pierre in those 2 games. Post State had just 1 make that to 2 doubles with Jackson Goodman and Carter Schuffelbein. Here's a line shot into center field. That will get down for a base hit, and it's now first and second here with 1 away. And there's the first hit of the ball game for Watertown. And they quickly find themselves with a runner in scoring position here with 1 out in the top of the first inning. And Sutton Sonnenschein will go out and have a conversation with Carter Templeton, so they're on the same page for what number sign they're going to go with. Marcus Pitkin, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Pitkin went 0 for 5 with a walk in the 2 games against Post State. Pitkin, though, is hitting .376 over the course of this year. He's got a Total of 17 doubles, 7 triples, 3 home runs of the 7 that have been hit. Here's a ground ball that'll be fouled down the third base line. And it counts 0-1. Both of these teams are going to feel like they can be better offensively, at least in game number 1, because Watertown saying we saw Cutter Templeton, and Pierre saying we saw Jackson McClellan. So while they only gave up 7 combined hits between the two in the 6 full innings, and then McClemens threw all 7, you see a pitcher again just 2 weeks later, you feel like you're going to be more locked in with it. Here's a pop foul behind home plate, and the count's 0-2. And Templeton looking for a second strikeout. You got to think, too, that Will Danberg would be the guy that will start game 2 after Templeton starts game 1, which Watertown also saw Danberg a couple weeks ago. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Templeton. Here to Marcus Pitkin from the stretch. He'll deliver. Here's a flying ball towards right field down the line. Will Eilers a long run. It will land foul. And it remained an 0-2 count. Ran out of time to get over to it. And so the count remains at 0-2. In the top of the first and second, one away. Watertown trying to strike early on. This best of 3 series. This is our one and only game today. It's the first game overall of the playoffs from all 7 series that we'll play. 0-2 pitch again. Did not offer at it, did Pitkin, and that was a good pitch there from Templeton. Counts now 1-2. Rapid City Post 22, they're playing this week still, but they are already in as they are the host team. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball that'll be fouled down the third base line again. Coach Ryan Neal, very little effort to try and stop that ground ball. Hit a little bit too hard for him to go after. Count remains at 1-2. Which, by the way, for Post 22 already in for the state tournament this year. Post 8 won't have to do this next year. They're going to be the host team of the state tournament in 2027. 1-2 pitch. That one just misses high, maybe a little bit outside. Nearly got it for a strike 3. And the count goes now 2-2. Templeton from the stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Marcus Pitkin. There's a ground ball over to third. Linnekugel will step on the back. His throw to first is going to be low, dug out by Babcock, but Pitkin was over there safe at first anyway. It's a great pick and a great stretch by Babcock to give every opportunity for that double play. But it turns into a fielder's choice. There are 2 outs and nobody, bases don't move. It's still first and second on the 5 unassisted fielder's choice. And so now Sam Olson, the DH, the lefty, will dig in. Second lefty in the order for Watertown. Here's the first pitch from Carter Templeton into the DH of Sam Olson. Ground ball back up the middle. It'll be fielded by Stosher. His play is going to be only to first. The throw is in. No, they say he's safe. Was he off the? He had to have been off the bag. I don't think there's any way that he was safe on the initial throw. And the run comes in to score on top of it. There was no signal that he was off the base. It's got to be ruled a hit. Again, without the signal of saying that he was off the base, there's no error. Everything was fielded cleanly. There's the first pitch over for strike 1. Didn't have the replay set up in time to go back and look at it. But it will go down as an RBI infield single for Sam Olson. And a 1-0 lead here for Watertown at the top of the first inning. Here's a fly ball towards right center field. Long run for Will Eilers, still going back. He will make the catch to get out of the inning. It's a great play by Will Eilers with a long run. And the Eights will get the bats going here in the bottom of the first. 1 run scores on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the first, 1-0 lead for Watertown over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the first, and it is a 1-0 lead for Watertown. As it will be the eights to the plates, and we'll pull up that lineup again for you as we are watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. It is Carter Shufflebein to lead things off, the shortstop, followed by Hudson Stosher, the second baseman. Sutton Suttonshine, the catcher, will bat third. Trip Linda Kugel, the third baseman, will bat fourth. Will Eilers, the right fielder, batting fifth. Jackson Goodman, the DH, will bat sixth. Bridger Babcock, the first baseman, batting seventh. Will Danberg, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, is batting ninth here for the eights as they go against Jackson McClemens, who again went all 7 innings in that 4-3 win for Pierre. He gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 of them earned. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts and 101 pitches. On the season overall for McClemens, he's thrown 81 to third innings. And again, this is spring and summer baseball for a total of, they've played 57 games between spring and summer. He's got a 9-4 record. This is his 14th start of the season as the first pitch is grounded through the hole for a base hit by Carter Shufflebein. First pitch swinging, and he's got a base hit. And the Eights have that tying run already on base here in the bottom of the first inning. And it brings up Hudson Stosher, the second baseman. McClemens also has 2 saves, only 9 earned runs and 29 runs in 81 in the third innings. 71 hits, 28 strikeouts, 73 strikeouts. An ERA at 0.78 and a whip at 1.22 as the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Hudson Stosher. Batting average against at 223 for Jackson McClemens. So he'll give up hits, but he doesn't give up a lot of runs. And I say give up hits. 223 batting average against isn't very high either. That's a pretty good mark. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Stosher showing bunt, misses the bunt. The count's now 0-2. Stosher's coming in hitting .298. He's got 20 runs driven in. He is third on the team with those 20 RBIs. Shufflebein leads at 24. Suttonshine, who's on deck, at 23, and then Stosher with the 20. Counts 0-2. There's a line shot down the first base line, but it will land foul. And we'll do it again here at 0-2. Shufflebein was coming in. He was hitting .432 in the regular season. Gets a base hit to lead off the playoffs. 0-2 pitch. That'll miss outside for ball 1. A little bit of room down that third base line if Stosher can get around on one. 1-2 pitch. It was a curveball that swung on and missed for strike 3, and there's one down here in the bottom of the first. And it will bring up Suttonshine, the catcher. Suttonshine, the first time these two teams played, went 1 for 7. Overall in the season, he's hitting .363 with 5 doubles and a triple with 23 runs driven in. As I wait on the first pitch here from McClemens. That'll miss low for ball 1. And Watertown and Pierre have be the 3rd straight postseason they're playing against each other. There's a pickoff attempt, and back in safely at first is Shufflebein. Watertown eliminated Pierre 2 years ago in the best-of-3 series, then last year beat Post State in the first round of the state tournament. That one will miss low. That counts 2-0 here to Sun and Shine. McClemens will come set from the stretch. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That'll be behind Sun and Shine. It will get away, and Scheffelbein will end up at second. Count goes to 3-0. But now the go-ahead or the tying run is standing in scoring position here early on. The Eights are hitting .261 with runners in scoring position, .281 overall as a team coming in. It's an even .300 batting average for Watertown through the 57 games that they played from the spring and summertime. 3-0 pitch to Sun and Shine. He'll take it all the way. It'll be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. Good hitters count here for Sun and Shine to drive it somewhere. Here's a 3-1 from McClemens home. Comes inside for ball 4, so now it's first and second with only one out here in the bottom of the first. And it brings up Linda Kugel. Trip Linda Kugel went 2 for 6 with 2 runs driven in that 4-1 win. He went 2 for 4 with 2 runs driven in, and 2 for 6 overall in the doubleheader against Watertown. He's hitting .362, 6 doubles, 2 triples. That pitch will miss inside for ball 1. He's up to 12 runs driven in. He missed some time early on in this summer and really missed time in the middle part of the summer on top of it with a foot injury. That one is a swung on and miss, and the count's 1-1. But starting to feel healthy, and he's swinging the bat well down the stretch of this season for the Eights. 1-1 pitch, that'll bounce in. That will also get to the backstop, and both runners will move up to second and third, and Linda Kugel's a base hit away from giving the Eights the lead here in the bottom of the first. 2-1 count. Linda Kugel's got an opportunity to drive in those 2 runs. He's hitting .381 with runners in scoring position. Looking for RBIs 13 and 14, at least trying to get RBI 13. Here's the 2-1. That one's fouled away at the play, and the count's now 2-2. Will Eilers waiting on deck. These top 5 guys in the lineup, regardless of how these 2 games play out, they have hit the ball really well to finish out the season. 2-2. There's a ground ball. That'll get through the hole on the left side for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. They're going to hold Sun and Shine at third. It's an RBI single for Linda Kugel, and we're tied up at 1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. RBI 13 for Linda Kugel. Runners will stay at the corners. And Will Eilers with a chance now for the Eights to take the lead. Good piece of hitting there for Linda Kugel. That's 2 through the hole on the left side. Well, Scheffelbein and Linda Kugel getting around in the pitch from McClemens. Here's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to score. A run is going to get through for a base hit. Linda Kugel's on his way to third. The throw going over to third is high. Sliding in safe is Linda Kugel at third, and then over to second goes Eilers. And the Eights have second and third with only 1 out, and it's a 2-1 lead. Off the end of the bat, roll to the right side. And it was a good piece of hitting for Will Eilers to drive in the run to make it a 2-1 lead here for the Eights. They still have 2 guys in scoring position. And Jackson Goodman, the DH. First pitch is over for strike 1. I didn't think that maybe we're going to have a lot of runs to be scored as that one's over for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Jackson Goodman. 0-2 pitch from McClemens. Line shot, that'll be caught. No chance to throw anybody out and try to double off. It was the first baseman in Rabine. He'll make the catch for the second out, and it's now Bridger Babcock to the plate with 2 away. Bridger Babcock with 2 outs, runners at second and third, and we'll quickly look at that defensive alignment. Hansen's in left, Pitkin in center, Fallick in right, Paulson at third, Bisker at short, Everson at second. Rabine just made that play at first. as Jonathan Lake will catch ball 1 outside of Bridger Babcock from Jackson McClements. Second and third here with 2 away. That one will catch the outside edge, and the count's now 1-1. The lone lefty in the order for Post 8. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is outside, and the count's 2-1. Seventh man to come to the plate here in this bottom of the first inning. The 2-1. There's a ground ball that'll be up the middle. Past the sliding shortstop into center field. Here comes Eilers to the plate. The throw will be in time to get Eilers out, but a run does come in to score to make it a 3-1 ball game. And the Eights will score 3 here in the bottom of the first. An RBI single for Bridger Babcock. 3 separate RBI singles for the Eights. And it's a 3-1 lead after 1 inning. 3 runs will score on 4 hits in the inning. No errors and one man left on base. After 1, it is a 3-1 lead for Pierre over Watertown. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. It is the top of the second, and the Eights have a 3-1 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. It'll be 7, 8, 9. Kai Paulson, Ashton Rabine, and Jackson Fallick. Anybody reaches base, it'll go to Cole Hansen. And back to the top of the order. Wasn't expecting 4 runs to score. I mean, we had a game where there's only 5 runs scored between the two teams, and we had another game that was a 4-3 game. So the fact that it was already 3-1 kind of throws those 2 games out the window, and we might be having ourselves a high-scoring game today. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Kai Paulson, the third baseman, to lead off the top of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Templeton. There's a slow curveball that is swung on and missed by Paulson, and the count's now 1-1. Paulson went 0 for 3 in just 1 game that he played. Struck out twice as that one's going to be breaking in. The count's now 1-2. Had the slow curveball well out in front, and then they threw another curveball to make it a 1-2 count. You throw it one more time. 1-2 pitch. The fastball, they'll blow it by him for strike 3, and the second strikeout for Carter Templeton, and there's 1 down here in the top of the second, and it brings up Ashton Rabine, the first baseman. The good pitching there from Templeton and good calls from Sun and Shine and Coach Life with the pitch com. Got the back-to-back curveballs to make him think that 1 more would be coming, and blew the fastball by him. Rabine will swing at the first pitch, pop it up, foul territory, long run for everybody. Templeton will dive and make the catch. And there's 2 down here in the top of the second. The athlete making the play coming off the mound. And a nice sliding catch by Carter Templeton. And there's 2 away, and it brings up Jackson Fallick, the right fielder. Here's the first pitch. That one's outside for ball 1. And you got that, again, you should have the feel anyway, that it is playoff baseball. But you see guys selling out a little bit more. There's a lot more on the line than what it is on a random June or July evening. Should be that way all the time, being able to sell out, go after everything, but you just feel the intensity of every out being made and every big play being made meaning that much more. 2-0 pitch, that'll be upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. The adrenaline going a little bit more now for Templeton after making that play, and everything has been a bit too high on this at-bat to Jackson Fallick, the number 9 man. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one is over for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. Templeton trying to get through a clean inning here in the top of the second after the 8 scored 3 runs in that bottom of the first. Game 1 of our best of 3 series. 3-1 pitch that'll come low and inside, and it will be ball 4. And the second walk issued now by Templeton. And it brings up Cole Hansen, the left fielder, who struck out swinging his first at-bat to lead off the ball game. So now 2 down, runner on at first. Top of the order for post 17. We'll see if Fallick will get a green light to try and steal. Here's the first pitch from Templeton. Instead he'll step off and no throw over to first. Fallick's got 14 stolen bases over the course of the spring and summer. Of the 116 that Watertown has stolen. That first pitch, that will bounce away. No need to steal, as it will end up being a wild pitch that will put Fallick on at second. And he's in scoring position here with 2 outs. And it's Cole Hansen, the leadoff man, with an opportunity to try and drive him in. A guy that doesn't get a whole lot of extra base hits, but he has picked up 30 RBIs. 44 singles, a base hit most likely scores Fallick with 2 outs. Count's now 2-0. If he stays at first, base hit doesn't score that run. Yeah, it puts the tying run on base, but doesn't score a run. Now, the good hitter that Hansen is, he can find a bloop shot somewhere and score the run, but the count's 3-0. That one missed high and outside. 3-0 count. On deck, Kane Everson. 3-0 pitch. That's down the middle for a strike. The count's now 3-1, and Templeton's trying to find it again at back-to-back 3-0 counts. See if he can get out of this now 3-1 count. From the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. That is over for a strike, and it's now running full at 3-2. Looking for a second strikeout of the inning, third of the ball game if he can get it. Templeton from the stretch, 3-2. That'll be taken on the inside edge for strike 3, and that will take care of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. It is 3-1 in favor of Pierre over Watertown. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the second, and Post State leads it 3-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It'll be 8-9-1. Will Danberg, Porter Hunsley, and Carter Shufflebine. He might reach his base and go to Hudson Stosher. Game 1 of our best of 3 series. This is the only game today. We'll play again tomorrow at noon. Hoping that, weird to say, that the rain holds off. That's not the best thing that I really want to say, but we want to play some baseball tomorrow at 12 o'clock. 0-1 pitch to Danberg. There's a line shot. That will be a sliding play with a shortstop, Bisker. He'll get up, he'll throw, and it'll be wide of the bag of first, and Danberg up and down the line gets an infield single. And the Eights have a leadoff man on base to kick off the bottom of the second. That was Danberg's third hit of the season, and that's also because that was only his 14th at-bat of the year. But he is on at first to lead off this inning, and it brings up now Porter Hunsley, the center fielder. Hunsley hitting .299, 3 doubles, 12 runs driven in. First pitch, he'll try and bunt, and he'll bunt it foul back behind home plate for strike one. Third baseman Paulson is well in that infield grass. So you can take a look if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. He is expecting Hunsley to bunt again. Danberg leads away from first. Now a pickoff attempt, and they got him out at first. Danberg is thrown out and picked off. And so now there's only nobody on and one out. And an 0-1 count here to Porter Hunsley. That takes away that leadoff single. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball towards center field. Coming in is the center fielder Pitkin. He'll call off the left fielder Hansen to make the catch. And 2 down here at the bottom of the second, and it brings up Carter Schuffelbein. So Schuffelbein led off in that bottom of the first with a base hit. Came around to score on the RBI single by Linda Kugel. For Will Eilers drove in Sonnenschein, and then Bridger Babcock drove in Linda Kugel. Here's the first pitch. That'll be inside for ball one. McClemens, the 1-0 pitch. That'll come inside again. That counts 2-0. Here to the leadoff man, the batting order. The 2-0 from McClemens. That'll be at the knees for a strike, and the count's now 2-1 here to Schuffelbein. He's got all the home runs for Post State. He picked up 3 over the course of the season, 1 here at home. He'll line that one foul. And the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. He nearly had a home run back against Brandon Valley. It just didn't get out. Would have tied the ball game at that point, which another win could have put them at the number 6 seed. Obviously, you're not worried about who you're playing against, but could have been maybe a higher seed. Here's a line shot towards right field, backing up to the right fielder, and he will make the catch. And Fallick had to retreat back pretty quickly, but he'll make the catch, and it's a minimum face in the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left on base. 2 complete here at Hyde Stadium. It's a 3-1 lead for Pierre over Watertown. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Birding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Birding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Birding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
It is the top of the third, and Post State has a 3-1 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 2, 3, and 4, Kane Everson, Carter Bisker, and Marcus Pitkin. He might reach his base, so we go to Sam Olson. In game 1 of our best of 3 series, the other games will not play until later on tonight. It'll be a 5 o'clock start for Sioux Falls West and Huron. That's a 2:15 matchup. Then it will be Brookings and Sioux Falls East at 6 o'clock. Yankton and Aberdeen will play at 7. Brandon Valley Spearfish at 7:30. At 7:30 Central Time, it's Post 320 out of Rapid City against Mitchell. Then Harrisburg against Renner at 7:30. Sioux Falls West and Huron will play a second game tonight. So if they split, they will have the if necessary game That will take place at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. First pitch is over for strike one to Kane Everson, who drew a walk, was out at third on the fielder's choice back in the top of the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That will drop in for a strike, and the count's 0-2. Templeton now looking for strikeout number 4. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one is just outside. Pierre faithful here. We're looking for that hand to go up for strike 3, but it missed just a little bit on the outside edge, and the count's now 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Templeton. That is outside, and it's now a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2. That one will be fouled away over to the third base dugouts. We'll do it again here at 2-2. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, it'll be Watertown. That'll be the home team in Game 2. Pierre will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Then if they play a Game 3, it'll be back to Pierre being the home team. 2-2 pitch. That one misses just a bit inside again. And the count's now 3-2. And so Everson has worked that count full with a couple really close takes. Here's the 3-2. Again fouled away as he kept his hands back, spoiled that 3-2 pitch. Listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Just past 2 o'clock on this Wednesday afternoon. Glad you're with us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. 3-2 pitch. That'll miss upstairs for ball 4, and a really well-earned walk by Everson to lead off this top of the third inning, and it brings up Carter Bisker, who singled out the middle back in the top of the first inning. If you're just joining us, it is 3-1 in the top of the third. That is a correct inning that we're in. If you didn't check it earlier, we were backed up from 12 to 1:30 because of the rain that came through. Here's the first pitch. Here's a ground ball over to Lindekugel, but it's going to bounce over the top of his head on a leaping try, and it's first and second. Boy, that was a high chopper to get over Lindekugel's head, and it's now first and second hit of the game for Bisker. And just like it was in the first, although now with nobody out, first and second again for Marcus Pitkin. He grounded over to the third baseman, Lindekugel. Ended up being a 5U fielder's choice for Pitkin. Had something get onto the field, I think, over in right center. Porter Hunsley ran over to throw it back over the top of the fence. Templeton here from the stretch will deliver the first pitch to Pitkin. That will miss low. Is at the feet of Sunshine, but no chance to throw anybody out. So now it's second and third, and the tying run is in scoring position here with nobody out. And the number 4 hitter up to the plate, 4, 5, and 6 right now for Watertown to try and tie things up in this top of the third. Here's the 1-0. That is outside, and the count's 2-0. Infield is in all the way around after a 3 runs scored by Pierre in the bottom of the first, a run scored in Watertown in the top of the first. Feel like this is a must stop here for the Eights to try and keep it a 3-1 ball game. That one's fouled back and the count's 2-1. Thought it was going to be low scoring, and then the first inning happened. You thought maybe it could be an 11-10 type of game. Now it's starting to feel again like those runs were huge in that first inning for both teams to get. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's now 2-2. Templeton looking for a strikeout here of Marcus Pitkin. The pitch. There's a high fly ball popped up on the infield. Hudson Stosher will call for it all the way to near the first base side to make the catch. Bridger Babcock right where he was kind of standing at, but once the second baseman called for him, then he backed away, allowed Stosher to take it for the first down. Good communication between the two of them. And there's one down here in the top of the third. And it brings up Sam Olson to the plate. Olson had an RBI single in the top of the first, made a 1-0 lead. He's got a chance to make this a 3-3 game with a base hit. Here's the first pitch. That one is over for strike one. 1 run on 3 hits so far here for Watertown. 3 runs on 5 hits for Post 8. Here's the 0-1 from Templeton. That's high and outside. He was the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Templeton will work from the windup. Here's the 1-1. Here's a ground ball up the middle, past a diving shuffle bind into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. The throw will come to the plate. It will go up the line, and it's a 3-3 ball game. 2 RBI single for Sam Olson. He's got all 3 runs driven in for Watertown, and it's a 3-3 game here in the top of the 3rd inning. So now Jonathan Lake, the catcher, to the plate. He flew out to right to finish out that top of the first. It's a brand new ball game once again here in this 3rd inning. Templeton will come set from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. That's over for strike one. Right at the knees. Jonathan Lake, he's hitting .283 coming into the postseason. 8 doubles. He does have a home run. 38 runs driven in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's outside. The count's 1-1. And again, that's over the spring and summertime, not just the summer season. Because in a span of, 24 South Dakota games and then some obviously non-South Dakota games, probably not having 183 plate appearances. 1-1 pitch. Here from Templeton to Lake. This will be fouled away behind the press box here on the right side of the diamond. The count's now 1-2. One-two pitch here from Templeton. As he'll come set from the stretch. He'll deliver. That misses outside. The count's now 2-2. And no other games to tell you about. Everything won't start until 5 o'clock or later tonight. They'll all know what Pierre and Watertown did by the time that they get their games underway, but we won't know what any series is until we get back here tomorrow. Here's a ground ball down the 3rd base line, but that will roll foul. And so the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Jonathan Lake. Some activity in the right field bullpen for the Eights. Looks like Riker Edson, the one warming up. He did pitch against Watertown in that 4-1 win after Danbury threw 5 innings. That's upstairs, and the count's now full at 3-2. The big spot here in this top of the 3rd inning. Templeton will throw pitch 62 here with a full count with 1 out. Runner takes off. The pitch, swing and a miss. And they're now 2 down here in the inning. And so with 2 away, that's another strikeout for Templeton, his 4th. The stolen base on top of it for Sam Olson. And he is in scoring position here with 2 away. And now it's Kai Paulson. Paulson struck out swinging his first trip. That first pitch is over for strike one. Base hit would make this a 4-3 lead for Watertown. 0-1 pitch. That one's on the outside edge for a strike. And now it's 0-2, and Templeton a strike away from his 5th strikeout, but getting out of this inning, keeping this game tied at 3. The Eights will have 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning with Stosher, Sonnenschein, and Lindekugel. 0-2. That's outside. On a 1-2 count here to Kai Paulson. Templeton from the stretch, 1-2 pitch. Off the hands, fouled away. Paulson again kept those hands back on the curveball and was able to foul it away. Templeton again from the stretch. Here's the 1-2. That one again fouled away. This will get out of play behind home plate. And another 1-2 pitch upcoming. Here's the 1-2. Taken for strike 3 on the outside edge, and that's the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Templeton. 2 runs will score in the inning on 2 hits. There are no errors, and 1 man left on base. We are tied at 3 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
For over 20 years, Shane's Pharmacy has been serving the Fort Pierre area as your locally and veteran-owned independent pharmacy. From fast prescription service and free local delivery to immunizations and rapid strep testing, our experienced team is here with the personal care you deserve. We're honored to care for our family, friends, and neighbors, and proud to support our local high school athletes. Experience the difference personal care makes at Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us.
It is the bottom of the 3rd, and it is a 3-3 game with American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. As Watertown and Jackson McClemens will work with this tie score now. And 2, 3, and 4, Hudson Stosher, Sutton Sunshine, and Triple Indico go to the plate. As we play here, game 1 of our best of 3 series, the 7-10 matchup. Here, the 7 seed, Watertown, the 10 seed. Watertown will be the home team in game 2 of our best of 3 series. And then Post State, if there is a necessary game 3, as the first pitch is grounded foul over to Coach Iverson over in the third base coaching box. Short of the third base coaching box, but he'll make the play and throw it back over to McClemens. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball, the left side, backhanded by Bisker, the shortstop. His throw to first is going to be in time for the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 3 straight retired after the pickoff by Will Danberg, from Will Danberg. And there's 1 down here in this bottom of the 3rd. And now Sutton Sunshine. He drew a walk in his first trip up, scored on the RBI single from Will Eilers. First pitch is over for strike 1. As McClemens will get ahead of the count once again. 0-1 pitch from the right-hander. That'll miss low, evens it at 1-1. For McClemens, that was only pitch number 38 for him. That'll miss low again. The count's now 2-1. He likes to work quick. As he'll go from the windup, the 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. Bisker this time will field to his left. The throw to first is going to be in time. And back-to-back ground outs to the shortstop Bisker. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd, and it brings up Triple Indikugel to the plate. RBI single that tied the game at 1-1 back in that bottom of the 1st inning. Then he came in to score on the RBI single from Bridger Babcock. Look for his second hit as the first pitch. Be over for strike 1. 13 RBIs now for Linda Kugel here in his first summer with Post State, and he's still, I guess, now less than a month away from taking his first steps in high school. That one a miss outside. The count's 1-1. Third baseman waits on the 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2. Here to Linda Kugel. Nobody on and 2 outs McClemens looking for a 1-2-3 inning, a clean 1-2-3 inning this time. 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled back, and Linda Kugel will stay alive. McClemens looking for just his second strikeout. 1-2. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 2-2. Two-two pitch from McClemens. There's a high fly ball to left field. That one's going back towards the wall. That will one hop off the wall. Linda Kugel's on his way to second. He's got a stand-up double. And the Eights are in business still with 2 outs in this bottom of the third inning. That one was shot out like a rocket from his bat. And Linda Kugel stands up at second, but all the way towards that 383 sign out in left center. And now Will Eilers with a chance to drive him in. 6th of the ball game for the Eights. Will Eilers has one of those 6 hits as he drove in a run. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from McClemens. Swing and a miss and a curveball. That one in the dirt, and the count's 1-1. Eilers picked up RBI 19. He could be the 4th guy. If he gets a base hit, be the 4th guy on this team with 20 RBIs on the season. He'll ground that one over towards Coach Iverson. It will bounce off the wall and nearly make its way into fair territory. The count's now 1-2. So McClemens again trying to get his second strikeout, but Will Eilers trying to give the Ace the lead back. That one will be fouled away. Good 2-strike swing there from Eilers to spoil it. He'll stay alive to see another pitch. Here's the 1-2 from McClemens to Eilers. That one's fouled back another time. And so another 1-2 pitch. McClemens checks the runner at second. That 1-1 is above the head of Eilers to make it now a 2-2 count. Linda Kugel leads away from second after the 2-out double. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball again foul over to the third base side again. And a good battle here brewing with 2 outs. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The 2-2. Chopper over to the third baseman. It's going to be a high chopper. The throw to first. It is going to be in time to get Eilers, and a good play from Paulson and quickly get it out of the glove. And 3 ground outs to the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. 3 complete here at Hyde Stadium, and a 3-3 tie between Pierre and Watertown. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. When your tank's running low and your stomach is growling, there's one place Pierre trusts, DJ Senex. Feel up fast, grab ice-cold drinks, selection of fresh donuts, and that perfect cup of coffee to keep you moving. Friendly faces, quick stops, and everything you need right when you need it. So next time you're on the go, make the easy stop. DJ Senex. Fueled by community, driven by you.
For years, you have trusted Larry Fry Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. Now that same commitment to quality service and expert care has a new name. Introducing Kruger Climate Systems. We're familiar faces, the reliable technicians, and the same dedication you've always known, now under a new banner. From essential repairs and routine maintenance to brand new installations, we're here to ensure your home's perfect temperature. Kruger Climate Systems, your trusted partner for a comfortable home. Call us today for all your heating and cooling needs.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 4th, and it is a 3-3 tie on the American Family Insurance Pretty Shufflebine scoreboard. 8-9-1, Ashton Rabine, Jackson Fallick, and Cole Hansen. Anybody reaches base, it'll go to Kane Everson. 68 pitches so far for Carter Templeton through 3 innings. So he's going to be a little bit more efficient over the next couple to try and get deep into this game. Now, It's a best-of-3 series, so at most 3 games, and by the time that the third game is done, and if you make the state tournament as the first pitch is fouled away for strike one, every pitcher will be available again. So while you would like to see your starter go deep into this first game to allow a little bit more wiggle room for pitchers to be used the rest of the way, you're not looking ahead at all to the state tournament. Regardless, you shouldn't be looking ahead of the state tournament anyway, but regardless, you don't have to because you're going to have 4 days of rest for everybody to begin with. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll miss inside. The count's now 2-1. Rabine popped out in foul territory. Templeton made that sliding catch back in the top of the second. Here's the 2-1 from Templeton. That'll miss inside. The count's now 3-1. This baseball field will see a lot of action over the next couple of days. Already has seen a lot of action this week. Here's a 3-1 pitch from Templeton. Here's a chopper foul over to the third base side again. And the count runs full at 3-2. Yeah, the Wayzat play Monday and a doubleheader yesterday. They'll play one more tonight. Post State playing here this afternoon. They'll play potentially 2 tomorrow. And then you've got the 14U state tournament starting at Hyde Stadium, also be played at Kelly Field, both Friday, Saturday, and then even into Sunday. Here is a pop-up, foul territory. Linda Kugel moving over. He'll make the catch, and for the second time, Rabine will pop out in foul territory for the first out. Here at the top of the fourth, and it brings up Jackson Fallick, who drew a walk back in the top of the second. Post State 14U team will play at 12 and 7:30 on Friday, and then again at 7:30 on Saturday. And then they'll see if they're one of those 6 teams to advance to the bracket play on Sunday, which the championship will be the one of those 2 games. Now, I don't know if Templeton is. I think Templeton might have got hurt. Walked off the mound. And now he's standing over behind the mound. Not sure what, he's cramping or what might have happened. We saw Parker O'Brien early on in this season, one of the first games, leave and end up having arm surgery that was relative. I think it was almost actually the exact same that Rich Leinbach had after his junior year. Yeah, they're going to have to go to Riker Edson now, I think, and Templeton's going to come out of the ball game. Hate to see that at any point during the season. Especially don't want to see it in the playoffs. But Templeton will leave. Riker Edson will come in relief, probably a little bit sooner than what they maybe had hoped to see Riker Edson come into the game. But certainly, for one, Riker Edson is capable of throwing strikes and keeping this a 3-3 tie. Well, we will step aside. We'll come back in a minute. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Has life lent a dent in your ride? Or maybe you're dreaming of a fresh start for your classic? At Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, we bring vehicles back to life. Located right here in Fort Pierre with over 25 years experience, we specialize in expert auto body repair, from minor dings to major collision work. Got a boat or RV with fiberglass damage? We handle that too. And for projects needing a complete refresh, our professional sandblasting service preps anything ready for a perfect finish. For quality work you can trust, Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, 605-280-4451, 310 West Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre. As we welcome you back, Riker Edson now on the mound here for Post State with the 1 out in the top of the 4th inning, as Carter Templeton threw a first pitch ball to Jackson Fallick and then walked around the mound and called out, I didn't really call out Coach Life, but he went out there and you could tell something didn't feel right, and He comes out of the ball game, and now Riker Edson will come on in relief. He was warming up in the bullpen because Templeton had thrown 75 pitches. That was his 75th pitch. He still had 30 to work with, but still was warming up out in the bullpen. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts for Templeton. And now Riker Edson with a 1-0 count. Jackson Fallick will step back in. He 2 innings pitched for Edson in that 4-1 win over Watertown back on July 6th as the first, the 1-0 pitch is outside. The first pitch from Edson outside to make it a 2-0 count. Gave up just 1 hit with 1 strikeout in the 2 innings of work that he had. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's upstairs, and it's now a 3-0. Overall in the season here for Riker Edson, 16 2/3 innings, so 1-1 record with a save. That was against Watertown. He has given up 15 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned, 13 walks, and 13 strikeouts. That's over for a strike. The count's 3-1. ERA at 3.36, whip at 1.68, and a batting average against at 238 for Edson. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss, and it's now a 3-2 count. Full count pitch here from Riker Edson as a work from the windup. He'll deliver the payoff pitch. It'll miss low for ball 4 and a 1-out walk, and the go-ahead run is now on at first here for Watertown in the top of the 4th inning. And it brings up Cole Hansen, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So the good news overall of Edson coming into the ballgame right now, he was already warming up, so it's not like he had to get everything dialed in and just go straight from the bench onto the mound. But the bad news is that he probably was not really thinking of it yet. The runner will take off late to second. The throw might have been in time, but Scheffelbein was trying to swipe the tag over quickly, and he could not hold on to the baseball. And so a stolen base for Fallick, who, again, stole late. It was a strike called, so to make it a 0-1 count here to Cole Hansen, but that go-ahead run is now in scoring position, and now Sudden Sunshine will come out. Riker Edson called him out, and they got to make sure that they're on the same page on what number sign he's going to put down and what he's going to throw. But now Watertown with that go-ahead run on at second. 0-1 count with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Fallick leads away from second. Cole Hansen, the leadoff hitter, trying to drive in that run. 0-1 pitch is outside, and the count's 1-1. And this is the only game today for these two teams. They will play potentially 2 tomorrow, 1 guaranteed game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This will be a high pop-up on the infield. Carter Scheffelbein got to the outfield grass. Now he'll come in a couple of steps on the dirt. He'll make the catch for the second out. It's a big second out as Kane Everson now to the plate here with 2 away. Everson's walked twice. He scored on that 2 RBI single from Sam Olson, who has driven in all 3 runs so far for Watertown. He's been... If his spot comes up and there's a base open, I know he's only gotten base hits, but he's driven in all 3 runs. You maybe even kind of think about just putting him on base so he can't drive in another run. First pitch is over for strike 1. Don't think you actually do that, but it becomes maybe a little bit more of a thought than normal. Counts 0-1 here to Everson. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Edson. That'll be high, and the count's 1-1. Barring any rain that would put us behind again tomorrow, we'll have coverage at 11:40 with a 12 o'clock first pitch, like we were scheduled to today. I got on an hour and 10 minutes later. Here's the 1-1. That one will be taken at the top of the zone for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Well, somewhat of a late strike call that got both coaches from Watertown to walk their way down just a couple of steps towards home plate. But now the 1-2 pitch here from Edson. That one will just miss low and away, and the count's now 2-2. Edson was trying to coax the home plate umpire into calling that strike 3. He was making his way towards the dugout, but the count goes now 2-2. Jackson Fallick on at second. 2-2 pitch here from Edson. That one is taken to the knees for strike 3, and that will take care of the inning. A one-out walk, but Riker Edson works around it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-3 between Pierre and Watertown. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 4th and a 3-3 tie on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And it is for the 8s, 6, 7, and 8. Jackson Goodman, Bridger Babcock, and Will Danberg. Anybody reaches base, it'll go to Porter Hunsley. 54 pitches for Jackson McClemens so far in this ball game. He's allowed a hit in every inning so far, but he's only allowed just one base runner in the 2nd and 3rd. He did not allow a base runner to be stranded as he was able to pick off Will Danberg after his leadoff single. Quickly 0-2 the count to Jackson Goodman. Goodman lined out on a sharp line drive to the first baseman. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will be over to the right side, down the right field line, but that will land foul. And the count is still at 0-2. McClemens, he likes to work quick. He almost worked too fast. The right fielder in Fallick wasn't back over into position yet. Even the second baseman in Everson wasn't quite there yet. But he wants to work quick. 0-2 pitch. That'll be at the top of the zone, but just staying high, and the count's now 1-2. Clemens will shake off a couple of pitches. Now the 1-2. There's a line shot towards center field, but that will be right to the center fielder in Pitkin. He'll make the catch for the first out. Here in the bottom of the 4th, and it brings up Bridger Babcock and an RBI single back in that bottom of the 1st. Made it a 3-1 lead at the time. And now it stands at 3-3 after that 2-run top of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch. That one's fouled away, out of play by Babcock for strike 1. Babcock hit .245 during the summer season as that one's over for a strike, and the count's 0-2. He drove in 7 runs, now has 8 RBIs on the year. A couple of RBIs away from adding on to that 10-plus RBIs. Here's a line shot to the left side for a base hit, past the outstretched diving glove of Paulson at 3rd. And Bridger Babcock with a base hit. 7th hit of the ball game now for the 8s. 2 for 2 day for Bridger Babcock, and it brings up Will Danberg now to the plate. Good piece of hitting there for Babcock, going the other way with it. And so now it's Danberg, who singled the lead off the bottom of the 2nd before he was picked off. First pitch, swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt for strike 1. He is presumably the day 2 starter, or game 2 starter for Post 8. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's over for a strike, and it's now at the knees, and it's now 0-2 count. You think both coaches probably have an idea of who their Game 3 starter is, but it probably is one that they will potentially would change. That one will get to the backstop, so Babcock will get to second. Counts now 1-2, and in scoring position here with 1 out to the bottom of the 4th. But the thing is that your Game 3 starter might need to be used to potentially close out a game 1 or 2, because you can't, potentially can't get to Game 3 without winning one of those 2 games. If you need them up, as this ball will go up the middle for a base hit. Bridger Babcock will round third. He's going to try and score. The throw coming to the plate. It is wide of the plate, and it's an RBI single for Will Danberg. He'll take second on the throw, and it's now a 4-3 lead here for the Eights in the bottom of the 4th inning. Danberg picks up the RBI. That'll be his first of the summer, and a perfect time to pick it up. And so Danberg 2 for 2 as well. The bottom of the order trying to get they're not just trying to, they are getting the job done right now. Porter Hunsley, who's 0 for 1, a fly out to center. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Wasn't very deep into center. Coach Iverson aggressive sending him. The throw had to be on the money though, as that one's at the knees and the count's now 1-1. And it turned into Babcock scoring because that throw was just a bit offline. Here's a ground ball over to the first base side. Stepping on the bag is the first baseman Rabine. It will move Danberg over to third. 3 unassisted for the second out, and now Carter Shuffleby with a chance to make this a 2-run lead for the Eights. We saw that back in the first inning. Will Eilers tried to make it a 2-run single for Bridger Babcock, but the throw was on the money to tag him out. But Coach Iverson, again this time, says, you got to do it 2 times in a row to make me stop sending guys on a ball that's in the outfield. And that second time, while the throw came in on time, it was offline of the plate and allowed Babcock to slide in without a play. 0-1 pitch to Shuffleby, off the hands, a ground ball. Tough play by Busker, and the throw from Bisker, is going to be in time to get Shuffleby. He came charging in, played on the short hop, and Bisker makes the play to keep this just a 1-run ball game. But Will Danberg drives in the go-ahead run, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on base. Halfway home of Game 1 of our best-of-3 series. It is a 4-3 lead for Pierre over Watertown. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we salute the service and sacrifice of our members. To show our appreciation for veterans, active duty military, and first responders, we're proud to introduce the We Salute Service and Sacrifice Loan Program, granting a special rate reduction on eligible consumer loans. Valid offer on new secure loans only. Internal refinances and unsecured loans do not qualify. Veterans, active duty military, and first responders, contact our loan team for more details. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we're big on you.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
It is the top of the 5th, and the Eights lead it 4-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby and scoreboard. Sydney Carlson back at the station. John Wickler with you on this Wednesday afternoon. Join us again tomorrow, 12 o'clock first pitch, scheduled 12 o'clock first pitch, after we were backed up an hour and a half here today. But we're scheduled for that 12 o'clock first pitch tomorrow, covered at 11:40. And we'll have it for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Junior Legion will be in action at 5 o'clock tonight, taking on Brandon Valley Red. They'll play at 11 tomorrow, so we'll try and keep you updated as the day goes along for that Junior Legion game. As Carter Bisker, the shortstop, will lead us off. He's 2 for 2 so far for Watertown. And here in the top of the 5th inning, Eights lead it 4-3. First pitch from Riker Edson, over for strike 1. 14U will be here at home Friday, Saturday, and potentially Sunday. It's the 14U state tournament held all 3 days here. 0-1 pitch. This will be flown out towards right field. Will Eilers, that is pretty much right to him. He'll make the catch for the first down here in the top of the 5th inning. And it brings up Marcus Pitkin to the plate. The center fielder who's 0 for 2 of the fielder's choice. And a pop out of the second baseman, Hudson Stosher, right near the first base side of things, as he stands at 0 for 2 in this first game. Edson from the windup, the first pitch to Pitkin, upstairs for ball 1. 13-14s will be in Mitchell. They'll play Friday and Saturday with those guaranteed games. They'll play, I believe, Saturday again, but that'll be to be determined. This will be flown out towards right center field. Porter Hunsley will give way for Will Eilers to make the second catch of the inning. And now 2 down here in the top of the 5th, and it brings up Sam Olson, who is 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, and he's got nobody on base. I mean, yes, he can still drive in a run coming to the plate, but nobody on base this time to try and drive in. 2 singles, scoring run, 1 run in the first and 2 runs in the third. The lefty will dig in as the first pitch from Riker Edson. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 3 runs on 4 hits so far for Watertown. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Eights. Edson will get the sign. Here's now the 0-1 pitch. That one is over for a strike. The count's 0-2 with the quick windup and throw from Edson to make it an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 now from Edson. That'll bounce in. Again, trying to get that quick windup, and that time didn't quite have the footing. And so now the count goes to 1-2. Edson looking for his second strikeout. 1-2 pitch. A slow windup that time, and a ground ball that will go over towards the first base side. Babcock will field it. Edson was trying to field it. Babcock was going over to field it, and Edson never made it back to first base in time. And it turns into an infield single, and it's now a 3-for-3 first game for Sam Olson. And it brings up Jonathan Lake, who is 0 for 2. And the catcher will have a chance to still hit here with 2 outs in this top of the 5th inning. The tying run will get to base with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 5th hit of the ball game, 3rd from Olson. It is Bisker and Olson that have the only hit so far for Watertown. There's a line shot. That'll be a base hit, and it will land just fair, and it'll go all the way out towards the wall. Will Danberg will get over to the corner to pick it up. They're going to wave the runner in. The throw from Scheffelbein to the plate is going to be offline, and it's an RBI double to make this a 4-4 game. That one nearly hooked its way foul from Jonathan Lake. Stayed fair and got all the way to the corner. And it ties the game up with the double. And now Kai Paulson trying to give Watertown the lead back for the first time since the top of the 1st inning. And the first extra base hit we've seen from Watertown in now 3 games against Post 8. Kai Paulson's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch swinging, swing and miss for strike 1. Sam Olson with that high chopper just getting over the head of Riker Edson, allowing that infield single. That'll miss low, and the count's 1-1. And then that ball by Jonathan Lake just staying fair down the left field line. It wasn't fair by much, but it got to the corner for an RBI double. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball down the left field line, but that'll be foul. That one probably had home run distance. The wall cuts in a little bit here at Hyde Stadium down that left field line. It went over the wall out in left field in foul territory. Just because you hit it out of play down the left field line doesn't necessarily mean it was going to be gone, but that one looked like it probably hadn't. If it didn't get out, it would have slammed against the wall if it had been fair. but all it is just a strike to make it a 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch, that's outside. Makes it a 2-2 count. 4-4 here in the top of the fifth. It's been an excellent first game between these two teams. 2-2. That one will miss low, and the count's 3-2. If you're a fan of baseball, this has been a fun matchup through the first four and near 4.5 innings. Payoff pitch here from Riker Edson. He'll walk to Kai Paulson. And it's now first and second, and Ashton Rabine to the plate. Coach Life will make his way out, have a conversation with his entire infield. Try to settle down. It was an 0-2 count with 2 outs to Sam Olson. That's how close the Eights were to get out of this inning, and now after the RBI double, danger still looming and a chance for Watertown to reclaim the lead here in this top of the fifth inning. It is going to be Ashton Rabine again, popped out in foul territory to Templeton, who made a sliding catch. And then he popped out in foul territory on the left side to Trip Lindekugel, the third baseman. So he's 0 for 2. And again, Edson came in for Templeton, who left after 3 1/3 innings with an injury of some kind. Couldn't really tell if it was an arm injury, what it might have been. It looked like he was stretching his leg at first, but he wasn't favoring a leg. Didn't really seem like the arm was hurting too much. Just not sure what it might be and don't want to speculate what an injury could be out of all that. As it counts 0-1 here to Ashton Rabine. From the stretch, here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is a check swing, but they will check him and they say no swing, and the count's 1-1. Number 8 man in the batting order, Jackson Fallick, the number 9 man who's drawn 2 walks. He is waiting on deck. Here's the 1-1. That is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That is outside, and it's now a 3-1 count. Again, Fallick is waiting on deck. There's a good hitter's count here. Don't want to walk the bases loaded, but don't want to groove one right down the middle for Rabine. Edson will come set from the stretch. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now a full count, and everybody will get a head start here with the bases loaded and a full count. 2 outs to the top of the fifth and a 4-4 tie. Watertown post 17 looking to take the lead back for the first time since they led 1-0 back at the top of the first. 3-2 pitch on its way and upstairs for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. Third walk issued now by Edson, and that will be the end of the line for Riker Edson, and we'll see if we go to Carter Schuffelbein or Porter Hunsley. Would assume one of those 2 guys will be coming into the ball game. It will be Porter Hunsley that will come in to throw. We'll step aside for a minute. Come back after this. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pierre Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pierre Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pierre Roofing and Gutters. Built strong. Built local.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Porter Hunsley is on the mound with the bases loaded and 2 outs here at the top of the 5th. The third pitcher used now by Post State. And this is a big spots with the number 9 man, Jackson Fallick, who's walked twice so far. Looks like Carter Shufflebine will end up in center. I think they're going to go Hudson Stosher to short and keep Riker Edson at second. Looks like that would be the case. Riker Edson throws a total of 34 pitches. As he can't close the book on him yet, but an inning and third, 2 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. But it will be Shufflebine to center, Stosher at short, Edson at second, and Hunsley now on the mound. And it takes away the DH of Jackson Goodman. So that means Riker Edson will hit in place of Jackson Goodman. Jackson Fallick, the right fielder, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch, he shows bunt and will get to the backstop. And a run will come in to score, and Watertown will take a 5-4 lead. A wild pitch drives in that run. And Post 17 is back in front. 1-0 count here to Fallick. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1. So the Eights will have to work from behind for the second time in this game. Well, they had all game to work to try and tie things up back in the bottom of the first. Now you're in the second half of this ball game. Here's a fly ball towards right field. Will Eilers will move over to his left. He'll make the catch and get out of the inning. But a run does, 2 runs will score in the inning as they get 2 hits. There are no errors and 2 men left on base. It is now a 5-4 lead for Watertown over Pierre as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back in a minute on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Your mornings shouldn't start in chaos. At Pure Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mudrooms, and more designed to change how your day starts. Lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pierre Closets at 605-223-5855 for free in-home design consultation. Pierre Closets, organized for life.
It is the bottom of the 5th, and it is a 5-4 lead for Watertown over Pierre. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. 2, 3, and 4, Hudson Stosher, Sutton Sunshine, and Triple into Kugel. He might reach his base, will go to Will Eilers. Riker Edson would bat 5th in the inning as he is in place of Jackson Goodman, the DH no longer available for the Eights. With Porter Hunsley coming in, and Edson stays in the ball game, or Porter Hunsley going from center field to the mound. So Hudson Stosher is 0 for 2, struck out swinging. Also ground out of the shortstop as he'll step to the plate to lead us off here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Jackson McClemens, the right-hander. The first pitch will be swung on, foul tip into the mitt for strike 1. McClemens trying to get through 5 innings. That 0-1 pitch again is fouled away. That goes off of leg, and the count's now 0-2. That was pitch number 72 from McClemens. So he still has 33 pitches to work with. Here's now the 0-2 from McClemens to Stosher. That'll miss Lone away for a ball that counts 1-2. Bottom of the fifth. Game one of our best of three series. That one will miss low, and that counts 2-2. And we'll play at noon tomorrow. That'll miss Lone from 0-2. It's now to 3-2 here to Stosher. McClemens wind up the 3-2. Here's a ground ball right back to McClemens. He will field an underhand flip for the first out. And it brings up Sutton Sunshine with one out, nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth. Sunshine drew a walk back at the bottom of the first, and then ground out of the shortstop in the third. He's 0 for 1. Did come around to score on the RBI single from Will Eilers. Here's a ground ball up the middle, fielded to the left by the shortstop. The throw to first by Bisker is in time. 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And it brings up Trip Lindekugel, who is 2 for 2. He singled with home run in the first inning, then doubled with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. He's got 2 of the 8 hits so far for the Eights. McClemens again looking for his first clean 1-2-3 inning. Here's the first pitch. That one's taken for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from McClemens from the windup. Here's a high fly ball towards center field. Backing up's the center fielder out towards the track, and he'll make the catch 2 steps shy of the wall. The deepest part of the park for Trip Lindekugel. Nearly went deep to tie it up, but it'll be a 1-2-3 inning in this bottom of the fifth. First 1-2-3 inning today from either side. We head to the sixth, and it's still a 5-4 lead for Pierre over, or for Watertown over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Did you know a well-maintained AC will last up to 40% longer? Save money and extend the life of your equipment with AirTech Heating and Cooling. From Oneida to Fort Pierre, we help homeowners and businesses slash their energy costs with high-efficiency cooling systems and precision maintenance. Don't let a dirty filter or low refrigerant drain your wallet this summer. Experience the AirTech advantage. Call AirTech today at 605-945-0160 to join our maintenance program. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned, keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
As we welcome you back, top of the sixth, and it is a 5-4 lead for Watertown over Pierre. And it is going to be the top of the order for Watertown. Cole Hansen, Kane Everson, and Carter Bisker. He might reach his base, so to go to Marcus Pitkin as Porter Hunsley will now get a clean start here in this top of the sixth inning. Unfortunately, the first pitch ended up going for a wild pitch that scored a run to give Watertown the 1-run lead. Scoring those 2 runs in that top of the fifth, and the Eights now 6 outs away from dropping that first game, but they're only 1 run down. And Cole Hansen, who is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a pop out to short, will lead us off. Lindekugel will play well in on the third base side to keep from a leadoff bunt. First pitch is over for strike 1. And that'll back up Lindekugel a couple steps right at the edge of the infield dirt and grass. Here's the 0-1. That was at the knees, and the count's now 0-2. And Porter Hunsley looking for a quick strikeout. Now Lindekugel back his way to be even at the bag at third. 0-2 pitch. Taken for a strike 3, and a 3-pitch strikeout for Porter Hunsley to open up the top of the sixth inning. Third strikeout for Cole Hansen here in game 1. And Kane Everson, now the second baseman, will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Here's the first pitch to Everson. That's upstairs for ball 1. McClemens had a quick bottom of the 5th inning, so he's still right around with 30 pitches remaining in the last 2 innings. Here's a high pop up right side, long run coming in is Will Eilers. He'll make the catch for the second out, and 2 down now here in the top of the 6th. He's been busy out there in right field this afternoon. And now Carter Bisker, who is 2 for 3. Until that double by Jonathan Lake that drove in a run to tie the game up in that 5th inning. With 2 outs, Bisker and Olsen had the only hits. And then Lake's double, which again tied the game at 4-4. But he's still only one of 3 guys to get a hit so far for Watertown, as the first pitch is over for ball 1, missing, low and inside. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss low again. The count's 2-0. Hunsley looking for a clean inning here in this top of the 6th. Here's the 2-0. This will be popped foul. That'll get out of play. And the count's now 2-1. Hunsley will come set from the stretch with nobody on base and 2 outs. Here's a fly ball down the right field line. That will be in foul territory, and it will land foul. And the count goes now 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs in this top of the 6th inning. Officially for Riker Edson, inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout on 34 pitches. McClemens, the only pitcher used so far for Watertown. 2-2. There's a line shot to center field. Carter Schuffelbein will get over his head. He'll make the catch on the run. A great play by Schuffelbein. A little slip at the beginning, but he's able to make up for it. And it's a 1-2-3 top of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go with a 5-4 lead for Watertown over Pierre. You listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Back in a minute here on KCCR.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 6th inning. Will Eilers will lead things off as Jackson McClemens will quickly deliver the first pitch, and that'll be fouled out of play for strike 1. Will Eilers, Riker Edson, and Bridger Babcock. Anybody reaches base, it'll go then to Will Danberg. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. Eilers well fooled by that curveball that missed in the dirt. So no 2 count here with the leadoff man, Will Eilers, who is 1 for 2 in the game so far. RBI single back in that bottom of the 1st. 0-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. McClemens will get to just his 2nd strikeout. And there's 1 down here in this 6th inning, and it will bring up Riker Edson, who will get his first at-bat. That was pitch number 83 from McClemens, so he's down to 22 pitches remaining. Riker Edson hitting .221 during the regular season. That will be inside for ball 1. 2 doubles, a triple, 10 runs driven in for Edson. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 1-1 now here to Edson. Here's a fly ball towards right field, but right to that right fielder in Fallick to make the catch for the 2nd out. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Bridger Babcock to the plate. He's 2 for 2, singled home a run the 1st. Then he got a base hit past the diving third baseman Paulson in the left. Back in the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be 2 for 2 so far in this game. First pitch to him. That'll be on the outside corner for strike one. Danberg also 2 for 2. He is on deck trying to keep this inning alive. Eight's down by 1, 5-4 here in this bottom of the sixth. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Everson. The throw to first is going to be in time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. 7 straight retired, make that 8 straight retired now by Jackson McClemens. No runs, no hits. We head to the 7th. It is a 5-4 lead for Watertown over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, it is now the top of the 7th, and the Eights down 5-4, and that's where they need it to be at going into the bottom of the 7th inning. In the top of the 7th, it will be here for Watertown, 4, 5, and 6. Marcus Pitkin, Sam Olson, and Jonathan Lake. He might reach his base. It'll be Kai Paulson. The Eights will have 8, 9, and 1. Due up in that bottom of the 7th inning. There is some activity out in the left field bullpen for Watertown for the first time today. First pitch swinging. That'll be popped foul. That will get out of play for strike one. McClemens is starting to run out of pitches. He still couldn't start that 7th inning. But it'll be Carter Bisker that is warming up out in left field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and the count's 0-2. He would be due up 9th in this inning, so he's got plenty of time to warm up. It would only mean good things for Watertown if Bisker's coming to the plate in the 7th. 0-2 pitch will bounce in, and the count's now 1-2. Even if the Eights fall in game one, whoever loses in game one, there is still tomorrow to come back and win both games. Here's a high fly ball to left field, but that will hook foul. And again, nearly home run distance for Pitkin. But it will get out of play, and count remains at 1-2. The Eights dropped their first game to Huron last year before winning the last 2 games and advanced to the state tournament for the first time in 3 years. But having a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series is a lot better than being down 0-1. There's a swing and a miss by Pitkin. After nearly homering, he'll now strike out. And that is the second strikeout of the ball game for Porter Hunsley, 1 away. And it brings up Sam Olson, who is 3 for 3. He started that 2-run 5th inning for Watertown with a 2-out infield single and scored on the RBI double by Jonathan Lake. He's done the damage of getting 3 RBIs, the first 3 runs that scored for Watertown, and then he's kind of responsible for Watertown being able to score those 2 runs because he started a rally of 2 outs in that 5th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 now to Sam Olson. Jonathan Lake, who had that RBI double, he is on deck. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one just misses outside. The count's now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 now from Porter Hunsley. Checking the swing. They will check to see if he went down at third. Didn't look like he went from up here, and they say he did not. And the count's now 2-2. One of the rare times, because it doesn't happen very often, one in a game where you can have the third base umpire say if you win or not, but that up here that we can actually see if you win or not. 2-2 pitch. That'll miss low. And the count now is from 0-2 to 3-2 here for Sam Olson. Trying to reach base for the fourth straight time, all 4 times at the plate. He's done the 8 fits here in this ball game. 3-2 pitch to Sam Olson. Fouled away, so we'll do it again at 3-2. Rapid City Post 22, they're waiting on all other 7 teams to qualify. They're the host team of the state tournament. They're also the number 1 seed. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, and finally Sam Olson is done here in this ball game. Able to retire him in this for the first time. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Jonathan Lake. Lake is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. He flew out to right, struck out swinging, then had that double to tie the game up at 4-4 as that first pitch is over for strike 1. And we'll see if McClemens will start the 7th inning. Some coaches, the way where McClemens is at, they might say we're going to see if we can get through all 7 innings without having to bring in a reliever. He's at 89 pitches, so he's got 16 to work with, but other times he likes to say, well, if we're going to bring somebody in, we want a clean inning, so we're just going to go to Bisker right away. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This will be popped up. That'll be foul. That has a chance to maybe not land over to the right of the press box. Right of us on the press box, still on the press box itself, and the count's now 1-2. Husley looking for a 1-2-3 top of the 7th. The Eights with 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of the 7th, needing at least right now 1 to tie. That one will be fouled away by Lake of the 1-2 pitch. And we'll do it another time here at 1-2. Husley will come set from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and there is the 3rd strikeout of the inning. Husley strikes out the side in order. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Eights need at least 1 to tie, 2 to win here in Game 1 of our Best of 3 series. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online. lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 7th and a 5-4 lead for Watertown over Pierre. American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, and the Eights have 8, 9, and 1. Will Danberg, Porter Hunsley, and Carter Shufflebein. Anybody reaches base, it'll then go to Hudson Stosher, and the Eights need at least 1 guy to reach base to try and tie this ball game up. Need 1 to tie, 2 to win here in this bottom of the 7th inning. And while the Eights tied their last game of the season in that Gopher Classic, that's the only time that you're going to see ties in baseball is a pool play of Gopher Classic. That's it. So Will Danberg, who is 2 for 2, an RBI single back. That first pitch will miss low and away for ball 1. That was pitch number 90 from Jackson McClemens. 1-0 pitch. That'll be on the outside edge, and the count's now 1-1. Danberg looking for his third hit. The Eights looking for their ninth hit. They have not got a hit since that bottom of the fourth inning. Here's a check swing and a full swing by Danberg, and the count's now 1-2. 13 pitches remaining for McClemens before he'd have to come out of the ball game. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Danberg was fooled on the curveball, and there's one down here in the bottom of this seventh inning. Third strikeout now by McClemens, and it brings up Porter Hunsley, the pitcher. Hunsley's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a ground out to first. Looking to be that tying run on base. Chopper off the plate. Going to be a tough play, but it's going to roll foul. It hit the lip and it rolled its way foul. That was labeled for a 20-foot ground, 15-foot ground ball to reach first base. But it's just strike one to Hunsley instead. So Hunsley will dig back in. Here's the 0-1 from McClemens. There's a fly ball to center field. Backing up is the center fielder to make the catch, and Pitkin puts it away for the second out, and now Watertown an out away from taking game one of this best-of-3 series. And it's up to Carter Schuffelbein, and while he's the guy that could tie it up with one pitch and one swing, you don't want, if you're Schuffelbein, you can't be swinging for the fences. It's got to be a natural home run swing. If you start swinging for the fences, you're going to pop it up. It's going to be a lazy pop-up to get out, unless you hit a home run, of course, but be a lazy pop-up to get out of the ball game. Just look for a base hit, not look for the tying home run. First pitch will drop in for strike one. But if it comes to you, make sure you take advantage of it. 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot right to the right fielder to make the catch. Fallick will put it away, and the Eights will drop game one with a 5-4 Watertown win as Jackson McClemens goes the distance to pick up that first game win. We will step aside for 2 minutes and come back and wrap up our first game between Pierre and Watertown, our only game today. Back in 2 minutes here on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Schuffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech. We sell the best and fix the rest.
As we welcome you back, it is a final in game one as the post-8, the Eights will drop that first game with a 5-4 loss to Watertown. As Watertown got the lead in that top of the fifth inning with a two-run inning. The RBI double by Jonathan Lake tied it up, and then a wild pitch. The first pitch from Porter Hunsley with the bases loaded and 2 outs ends up going to the backstop, and Lake would end up scoring, making it a 5-4 lead for Watertown, and the Eights never got another base runner the rest of the game. It was 9 straight in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, but it turned into 11 straight retired by McClemens to finish out the ball game. The first run came in an RBI single by Sam Olson in that top of the first inning. Made a 1-0 game, but the Eights came back with a 3-run first. Tripp Lindekugel scored Carter Schuffelbein with an RBI single. Will Eiler scored Sutton Sonnenschein with an RBI single. And then it was Bridger Babcock that had an RBI single to drive in Lindekugel. Eights led it 3-1, and then it was at the top of the third. It was a 2 RBI single by Sam Olson to tie things up at 3-3 as he went 3 for 4 in the ball game with 3 runs driven in. The one time that he got a base hit without driving a run in, he was the run that scored to tie it up at 4-4 because the Eights in the bottom of the fourth took the lead on the RBI single by Will Danberg. Made a 4-3 ball game, and that was the last time they had a base runner was his RBI single. It was 11 straight, then retired by Jackson McClemens to take that first game win for Watertown. He goes 7 innings, giving up 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. As end up being as well as he'll pick up the win. Riker Edson will end up with the loss as the Watertown Post 17 is now 1 win away from going back to the state tournament. As the number 10 seed right now, they are looking for the upset over the 7 seed, but as we know from last year, Post 8 dropped the first game against Huron, then came back and won that second and third game to clinch their way to the state tournament. Now, the confidence is still going to be there for Post 8 to do that against Watertown, but it's not a for sure thing to happen just because you did it last year. Still going to play good baseball. There are no errors from either side. The Eights out hit Watertown. They only had 3 guys left on base. Watertown had 7 guys left on base. Carter Templeton left with the injury. Don't know the extent of it. Not really sure exactly what the injury even was for Carter Templeton. But 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts on 75 pitches. Riker Edson had an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout on 34 pitches. And Porter Hunsley did not allow a hit. 2 1/3 innings, he had 4 strikeouts on 30 pitches for Hunsley. And again, McClemens, who ended up throwing 97 pitches, gets the complete game win. The second time that he's gone a complete game. Picked up the loss the first time against Post 8, but picks up the win here in this ball game. As it was 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on base for Watertown. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base for Post 8. Time of the ball game was an hour and 51 minutes. As it ends up being a 5-4 win for Watertown over Pierre. And again, we'll pull up the rest of the games that are going to be played today. Talking about that here real quick. We're the only game that played and is done. Nobody else has started yet. A 5 o'clock start for Sioux Falls West and Huron. A 6 o'clock start for Brookings and Sioux Falls East. Then at 7, Yankton and Aberdeen will play their first game. Sioux Falls West and Huron will play their second game today. So if they have to go to an if necessary game, that will be tomorrow, but that series could wrap up if one of them sweeps, and Sioux Falls West being the number 2 seed would be probably the more likely of the 2 teams to sweep if there's going to be one today. 7:30 Central Time for Brandon Valley Spearfish, Rapid City Post 320 in Mitchell, and then Harrisburg and Renner to wrap up that first day. And then tomorrow, Pierre and Watertown will play at noon, Yankton and Aberdeen, and Brandon Valley and Spearfish also playing at noon. Before then, those if-necessary games start. Brookings and Sioux Falls East won't play till 4 o'clock. Be another 4 o'clock Central Time start for Post 320 in Mitchell. Harrisburg and Renner will play then at 5 o'clock. That'll be their second game. So that would be could be potentially the last game to get started and played, and they have to play. That's only their second game, and they'll play the if-necessary game later on that night. Post 22, of course, is in the state tournament as the host team, so they're just waiting for all these other 7 teams to make it. But Watertown is the first win of the entire playoffs across the state. Post 8 will have to win 2 tomorrow against Watertown to get their spot in the state tournament in Rapid City starting next week Tuesday. But the Eights will have work cut out for them. They got to win Game 2 and then take care of Game 3 after that. But Game 2, very important Watertown has the room for error. They can still win the series even if they lose Game 2. But the Eights have to go 2-0 tomorrow to get to the state tournament in Rapid City next week, Tuesday. That'll wrap things up for us here from Game 1 of our Best of 3 series. Tomorrow afternoon, we will have coverage at 11:40 a.m. with a 12 o'clock first pitch. And again, if anything would change weather-wise, we'll keep that updated for you on Facebook. We had it on the air as well to keep you updated, but we'll have it all updated as if there's anything that would possibly change. But, of course, looking forward to Game 2 of the Best of 3 series coming up tomorrow afternoon, starting with 11:40 coverage and a 12 o'clock first pitch. I want to say thanks to Cindy Carlson back at the station. John Mickley here signing off as the Eights will fall 5-4 to Watertown in Game 1 of their Best of 3 series as we say so long from Hyde Stadium.
You've been listening to Pierre Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Post-8 Baseball is brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Wagner Auto, Kruger Contracting, May Adam, Stulkin Peterson LLP, Cone Egg, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Overhead Door, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Todd's Electric, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Shane's Pharmacy, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Pierre Closets, Fording Electric, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Zander Auto Parts, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Comtech, DJ Senix, Kruger Climate Control, Envirotech, Hunsley Auto Body, Bank West, CHS River Plains, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Consumer Protection Division, AirTech Heating and Cooling, and First Dakota National Bank. Join us throughout the playoffs for more action on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting.